to the It will rain. Okay.
I'm going to quote Sir Walter Scott for you. Brignall banks are fresh and fair, and Greta woods are green, and you may gather garlands there, would grace a summer's queen. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. So there you go, some beautiful words. Here we have Pardon Assange, right? Julian still needs to be pardoned. Joe Biden leaves office on the 20th of January this next year, and probably about a week before that Joe Biden will start pardoning people, just like Trump did 4 years prior. And we need Joe Biden to pardon Julian Assange. You can write to Joe Biden at www.action.assangecampaign.org.au. Now over here we want you to, there's a campaign, a petition to free David McBride. There's a petition to help Richard Boyle, the ATO whistleblower. There is a petition to free DUGGAN. And there are fundraisers for some of these guys, a fundraiser for David McBride, a fundraiser for Richard Boyle, a fundraiser for DUGGAN, and we know that Mary Kostakidis will probably have a campaign as well coming up soon, because she has had a few problems with one of the Israeli lobbies, and they're getting stuck into her over one of the sections of the Discrimination Act. So we need to help Mary Kostakidis as well. All this attack on people who are in the media and whistleblowers and people who are being attacked by the Espionage Act, it all has to stop. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the 256th Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gathering. The information that appears in much of our media paints a distorted picture of reality, particularly in relation to peace, justice, and freedom. If we could all be aware that our media lie to us to control us, we would be able to bring about circumstances that would be much more favourable to humanity. If we could all be well informed, we would be able to come together and create an incorruptible system that would work to the benefit of all of humanity. Because of the prevalence of distorted information in the media, most of us are out of touch with how our world really works. This ignorance allows a group of very powerful and highly informed individuals to control humanity. Human beings generally don't like the idea of being controlled. Those who exercise control over humanity are therefore motivated to make that control as invisible as possible. Propaganda is used to plant seeds in the minds of people so that the people themselves come to believe those ideas are their own. Propaganda itself is never presented in the media as propaganda, but rather as unbiased news and information. People have come to believe they are free, even though they are being controlled and being taken advantage of. Even though many people are fooled by the lies of media, some are not. If we were all free in our minds, those who are not fooled would easily be able to educate those who are. But our media involve themselves in smearing those who have not been fooled. This smearing discourages those who have been fooled from listening to those who have not been fooled. It is nevertheless important that we don't allow ourselves to be fooled. If we aspire to peace, justice and freedom, we must all learn to recognise truth and discount lies. We need to realise that lies in the media are a potent means of control. Media make themselves attractive by providing information and entertainment. But as soon as we plug into the media, we expose ourselves to propaganda. If we regularly expose ourselves to any form of media, it is likely we are being controlled by someone other than ourselves. It is vital that we engage in critical thinking when we process any information we receive through the media. We need to place close attention to public interest information that whistleblowers have provided to us and to the way they are smeared and persecuted by our governments. David McBride is currently spending 5 years and 8 months in high security prison after being convicted for telling the public about Australian war crimes in Afghanistan. David did not receive a fair trial, but he is now being permitted to appeal. The date of his appeal has been set for the 3rd of March 2025. Public interest truth helps us understand how our world works. We all need to realise that we all influence our world. If we believe lies, our influence assists the oppression of humanity. If we believe truth, we help to bring about peace, justice and freedom. We therefore all need to be engaged in the furtherment of truth. The Assange movement continues. Free, free, free the truth. Free, free, free the truth. Free, free, free the truth.
Freedom is a choice, and yet
Thank
so
you.
many people decide not to be free.